On July 26, 2024, I uploaded this video titled "The Easiest Olympic Sport to Win a Medal In" that little did I knew was just gonna blow up. And ever since, I've been trying to catch lightning in a bottle again, with little to no success. So in this video, I want to talk a little bit, or well, quite a lot, about my YouTube journey, what I've learned so far, and also the reasons why I think that video in specific blew up. This isn't one of those, oh, do this if you want your videos to go viral or the algorithm to love you type of videos. I clearly have no idea what I'm doing, but I have learned some things along the way that I want to share with you, and also as a way for the people that regularly watch my channel, which by the way, thank you so much for being here, to get to know me on a more personal level and also the plans I have for this channel going forward. So if you're not interested in my whole YouTube story, you can just jump right to this section of the video, but if you are, well, follow me in this journey as I tell you my story here on YouTube. So I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but the original intention of this channel was for it to serve as a sort of portfolio where I could showcase my data analysis skills. At the time, I used to work as a software engineer, and while I was looking for a new framework to add to my resume, which by the way they used to create a new one every week, I stumbled upon Svelte. I remember watching this documentary about it and thinking how cool it was that all these people were telling these very intricate, data-driven stories using the framework, so I decided that's what I wanted to do moving forward, so that's how this channel came to be. On January 24, I uploaded my first video ever, which was titled "I finished last in my fantasy league, here's what I learned," which is a really funny title taking into consideration that I also finished dead last this year on my fantasy league. I mean, everyone has to start somewhere. I do feel I've come a long way. I don't think it's a bad video, I do think it has some nuggets of information here and there, but I do think the presentation could be a lot better. I mean, just listen to my narration here. Are you okay, pal? Are you having a stroke or something? I mean, in my defense, English is not my first language, so I had to read really slow in order to make sure I was getting the pronunciation right of all these words. So yeah, overall,
not great or terrible.
My second video was titled "The Biggest Oscars Know of All Time," which I till this day consider to be one of my best videos in terms of pure data analysis. I learned a lot while I was scraping the data out of IMDb and Metacritic, and I really like the whole elimination process and the conclusion I arrived to. The problem with these two videos is that I uploaded them out of time. Like by January 24, I'm pretty sure that all fantasy leagues are done, so no one really cares anymore. And in the case of the Oscars video, that video went up about a month after the actual ceremony happened, so really the algorithm had no reason to pick these videos up. Taking this into consideration, I try to make a video about a trending topic, and that's when I released my third and worst video, analyzing the 2024 MSI teams. Now, in case you don't know, the MSI is a League of Legends tournament that it's usually played during the summer. I think this video went up like in the week that the tournament was supposed to begin or the week before, but either way it actually worked because it got me the first view that came from outside my family and my friend group, which was actually really cool. I remember I was really excited because of this. The reason I think this video is so bad is because I didn't write a script before recording it. For whatever reason, I, an Iron player in League of Legends, which is like the lowest rank in the game, felt with enough confidence to interpret all this complex data in real time. So if you wanna see an Iron player yapping for 15 minutes about LoL stats that he can barely understand, this is the video for you. Next, I released the video that I had the most fun working on, which is making a summer hit using AI. I know, we're all mad at AI music bad, that's a fact. But I really enjoyed working on the song. It turned out way better than I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna create some sort of crappy beat, then ask someone to rap over it, but overall, yeah, I was really impressed. And I had a lot of fun collaborating with Digits, who was the guy that rapped that whole verse in the middle of the song, and I also got to play as a music producer, which again was also really entertaining. I also love how little I cared about about things like reach or engagement, you know, the things that YouTube actually cares about. Like, the video is titled "Making a Summer Hit Using AI." However, the video is really not about that. I go on to talk about summer hits, music distribution, how that changed, how Mozart pirated an entire song before music piracy was even a thing. And then, like, in the last 5 minutes, I actually make the song. So yeah, it really, I understand why for the algorithm it was a really bad video. But yeah, I think it was a very, I don't know how to say it, honest video, and that's also what I really like about it. So now let's talk about the thing that everyone is here for. At that point, I'd been uploading videos to YouTube with zero success, and when I say zero success, I mean those early videos got like 13 views if I was lucky, and 9 of those viewers were actually my mom. As I said before, after my MSI video finally got a single view from someone other than my family and friends, I realized that my best shot at catching the algorithm was to make something that people were actively searching for. That would be my first and probably best advice to any new creators, at least is the one that has worked the best for me, which is to look for trends in your niche that you can jump on. That's how this Olympic video came about. It was a genuine question I had during the last Olympics. If I started training right now, what's the easiest sport to win a medal in? Which, you know, spoiler alert, it didn't happen for me, otherwise I wouldn't be here. I did found a few articles and videos that tried to answer this question, however most of them were more vibe-based than data-driven, so I decided to change that. With the original plan being to release it before the opening ceremony, which didn't happen because it took me a long time to find a place where I could shoot my air rifle without scaring everyone. Anyway, after watching the opening ceremony and getting inspired by it, I finished editing the video, hit the upload button, and then not much happened for the next few days. By Tuesday, July 30th, the video had 33 views, 10 of which were still my mom. This was the moment that I stopped looking at the analytics of the video because 1, I thought it would be yet another video that no one was gonna watch, and 2, because I had a trip to the beach planned with my friends, so I just deleted the YouTube Studio app from my phone and decided to enjoy the trip. It was a great trip, I had a lot of fun, and by the time I returned home on Monday, August 5, the video had 85,000 views and my channel went from 10 subs to around 3,000 subs. A quick side note, I never got to say this, but if you were a part of those first 3,000 subscribers, I just wanna say thank you from the bottom of my heart, it really meant the world to me. So what was different about this video? Well, it all came down to searchability. Because my video title and description matched exactly what a lot of people were searching for, things like easiest Olympic sport, YouTube started ranking my video for those search queries. Now, at the time, I remember I had to scroll quite a lot to find my video when typing easiest Olympic sport, but today I can proudly say that if you search for easiest Olympic sport, my video is the second highest, ranked only behind Ludwig's video titled "I tried every Olympic sport to see which one is easiest." I'm coming for you, Ludwig, just give me 4 years, a decent mic and some of that sweet crypto casino money and it's over. So YouTube began showing my video to those searching which Olympic sport was the easiest one. Because of this first batch of viewers were more likely to stay and watch the whole 18-minute explanation while I dumped a bunch of data on them and made a fool of myself. This first batch of viewers not only increased the average watch time of the video, but also the CTR, which is how many times people click on your video when it's shown to them. The average YouTube CTR for videos typically falls between 2% and 10%, with anything above 10% being God tier. This video, on the very first 2 days, had a 35% CTR, because, once again, this was a topic these viewers were already interested in. Once the video got shown to more people that might or might not be interested in the topic, the CTR normalized, bouncing between 5 and 10%, currently sitting at a very respectable 8%. Now, while a good CTR is important and retention is the main thing that keeps your video alive, in my experience it's engagement what really helps your video go viral, especially if you've already nailed the other 2 parts. Now you might think that asking people to leave a like or a comment in your video is cringe, but it's actually one of the best signals the algorithm can get. Some of those first viewers even left comments with the sole purpose of helping the video get picked up by the algorithm, and it actually worked. So if you really like a video from some small YouTube channel, just know that leaving a like or a comment does make all the difference. And once again, if you're one of those kind souls that helped my video get picked up by the algorithm, I just wanna say thank you. I've actually made videos with a better retention graph than this one and an okay CTR like the Oscars one that never blew up because the engagement wasn't there. And this video was perfect to start a conversation, because if there is one thing people love doing online is to argue. Some people agree with me, some people didn't agree with me, and some people just wanted to call me a nerd, but the important thing was that they were all engaged. I do think in retrospect that if this video had a better thumbnail, more production value and a faster pace, it would have done so much better than it already did, but I'm also happy with it because it was the best video I could make at the time. I just remember how exciting it was to go on the YouTube Studio app to read the comments and watch that line going up and up like it was never gonna stop, until it eventually stopped. Now, after all of this, you might be thinking that my channel blew up and I got all the views, all the likes and all that sweet AdSense revenue money, but yeah, that didn't happen. Now, it might be wrong for me to say it, but I do think that this stretch of videos right here are just terribly underrated. Coming out hot from the Olympics video, I decided to make a new video titled Making a Fantasy Football Team Using Astrology, and I thought it was gonna blow up. This was gonna be my boldest, longest and best video yet that was gonna double the views of the last one and cement my channel as a household name. I of course slapped that notify subscribers and polish on their feed button because everyone needed to watch this masterpiece. And then, well, nothing really happened with that video. I then made What Happened to the FIFA Soundtrack, where I went through the data of all the songs in the FIFA soundtrack to try to figure out why it doesn't hit like it used to. Surely this was bound to be the one, right? Well, no. Okay, that didn't work. How about I make a video where I compare the coordinates of Bigfoot sightings with missing people open cases inside national parks to see if he is behind the missing 411 phenomena. I could even talk about the one match these two datasets produce. Maybe I could even use a statistic to disprove this whole thing. Still no luck? Okay, how about I just make more sports content? I mean, that worked last time and YouTube already thinks I'm a sports channel, so this might be my way back to the top. Wrong. Maybe I need to make a video about an upcoming trend like the MLB opening day. Yes, that might do. I always wanted to make a video about Moneyball anyway. Well, that kinda worked. Maybe I can do one about the NFL draft that it's just around the corner. Great, now I'm getting even less views than when I started. How about I make a video about something that is relevant but no one is talking about, and I change the editing to improve the pacing so people just don't click away from it. I might be onto something. Maybe this is my new niche, some odd internet stories. I could try making that video about space reproduction I always wanted to do. I even have the perfect thumbnail to go with it. No, this is yet another video that gets stuck at 2,000 views. What else can I do? Maybe I should just make another account. Am I a one-hit wonder? The thumbnail, it's just the content, title, is it my voice, or is it just the goddamn channel? Sorry about that, I kinda went to a dark place for a moment, but I've come back with some answers. Like when Aaron Rodgers comes back from one of those ayahuasca trips he calls preseason. Now I could sit here and blame the algorithm or the audience for not liking my videos, but I do believe there is a lot of room for improvement here. Also, I'm willing to admit that maybe my videos are just bad. That's always a possibility. During these last few months, I've been feeling like a failure because all of my videos seem to be getting stuck at 2,000 views. However, while going through my old notes, I found one on the MSI video that said, "Great day for the channel, it just got its first view outside the group." This made me realize how much I take 2,000 views for granted and how a video that gets even one view could never be considered a failure because someone decided to share the most valuable asset they have with you, which is time. And I think it's something that we as content creators should never take for granted and always be thankful for. So what's next? Well, I really wanna have the freedom to tell all kind of stories in this channel. Like I wanna talk about sports, internet rabbit holes, internet trends, historical events, and so on. But in order to do that, I have to make you, the viewer or my subscriber, to trust me that no matter what the topic is, you'll be entertained. You really need to trust me as a storyteller for that to work. I don't think I'm there yet, but I hope one day I will be. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, please feel free to subscribe and follow me in this journey. And if you were already here from the beginning of that journey, I just want to say thank you and that I hope you like what's coming next. And if you made it this far, I even have a special sneak peek for the next video. It's about a $100,000 treasure hunt. That'll be all for me today. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.